Greetings, ladies and reptiles. This is Jabron of the AlloClaw Productions, and welcome to the next top 5. I haven't been doing videos in a little bit of while because I've been a little busy trying to think about what I needed to do in terms of trying to make something. In fact, I'm going to be working on a Skyrim mod, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm giving it a try, but I'm working on it later. So that's not the point here in this top 5, because on this top 5, I'm going to be talking about top 5 controversies that have been going on for the past year and this year. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 5. Coming in at number 5, we have, well, it's no surprise, the YouTube copyright disaster system. Now, the reason why it's not any higher on the list is because I didn't really think of it as a big deal personally for me, but for everyone else it seems to be a big deal, because the reason why it's not a big deal for me is because in the future, when I make money off my YouTube channel, I want to make money off films, not gaming content, but I will do gaming content at some point that will involve a little bit of moolah, if you know what I mean, But the big problem here is people in the past who have made gaming content for the last 5 years have pretty much gone down in either huge disappointments, depressions, or even living in the streets, which isn't a good thing. It really isn't. And many of these gamers have networks, and many of these gamers have YouTube channels, and they don't have networks. And some of them have been shut down, and it's a really sad thing. But the copyright system is no good, and I feel like it should be removed. And YouTube isn't giving a crap about anything. I mean, if YouTube somehow watches this and my video goes down, you'll probably know why. So yeah, there you go. The YouTube copyright disaster system. Number 4. Coming in at number 4, we have the Jurassic genetic dev split. And why I call it the dev split is because of developers splitting up into, abandoning the project, I should say, because Jurassic Genetics and the developers for it, the lead developer rather, have been known for stealing or reported for stealing models, textures, and the other game stuff for the Jurassic Genetics game, and as a result, we have a new dinosaur project called Prehistoric Kingdom, which is very separate, and it's a lot of controversy surrounding that game, as it used to be a part of Jurassic Genetics. And Jurassic Genetics is now a big failure, and they canceled the Kickstarter for it because of their admission for the items being stolen. I mean, not items, but the models and textures being stolen from some other game. Yeah, that's the Jurassic Genetics dev split. And as a result, of Jurassic Genetics doing this, the developers split up because of the huge issue going on with it. So, Jurassic Genetics dev split, ladies and reptiles. Number 3. And coming in at number 5, we have a little bit of a controversy that's been going on for the last 5 years, actually. Well, actually, no, 4 years. Ever since Skyrim's release. Now, you're probably knowing where I'm going with this, considering the fact that I've talked about it like millions of times in the last videos that I've made. The Skyrim Dinosaur Mod that has always been abandoned and never to be revived, and never to had any new dinosaurs or even any new special features. And that's a huge disappointment. And for dinosaur fans who love Skyrim anyways, it's just a huge disappointment. And to be frank, having dinosaurs in Skyrim would actually kind of be lore-friendly, because, I mean, think about it. You have prehistoric creatures in Skyrim already. Well, 2, actually. You have the saber-toothed tiger, which is known as the saber cat, which is a little weird. And you have the mammoth. those two can already make the dinosaurs that would be added in Skyrim lore friendly because of prehistoric creatures. And also, since there's the mammoth and the saber cat, there should have been at least two other features. One, the terror bird, and the dodo bird. Well, two of those. So, yeah, the Skyrim Dinosaur Mod abandoning. So, that's a huge controversy, and it should have been continued, and will somewhat be started over by myself, if that happens. Number 2. And coming in at number 2, we have a rather recent controversy that I've been going on about, and that everyone else has been blabbing, and oh my goodness, it's just so ridiculous. Just stop it already. I'm talking about the Stomping Land release date going from March, and then was supposed to be released in March apparently, and now we were supposed to get the update in April, and now it's May, and apparently this week we have something, another update, or rather. But here's the thing, I'm not complaining about it, I'm just complaining about what's been going on during those times of the updates of the Stomping Land, regarding the Stomping Land's release date. Guys, just stop it. My goodness. Ever since they've made a rumor about March 14th of the release date of the Stomping Land, people have been getting skeptical, and others have been rather excited. Well, too excited, in fact. So excited that if the game didn't release, that they would throw a huge fit. Guys, this is highly unnecessary. And it's also highly unnecessary to complain about the developers who've had very scarce updates. It's just too ridiculous. And I've been posting many times on the forums that guys should just be patient. Just wait for the game to come out. And it's potentially very good. Very good looking. It's got good mechanics. It looks good. It will be worth the wait. Well, that is if it will be worth the wait. So guys, just stop being so ridiculous and just wait for the darn game. It's not like the game's never going to be released. I'm sure it will be released sometime this year, but not right now. It's not going to be released anytime soon. That's all I can say. It could be released this month, but we don't know. It's just so ridiculous. The controversy isn't the game's release. The controversy is the whole complaining and controversy, blah blah blah, going on with the game's release. This is ridiculous, and some of my subscribers maybe, I don't know, but some of them have been participating in this kind of crap, in like this kind of riot nonsense. It's like, when is the game gonna be released? I want it now! The game's never gonna be released. It's just gonna be bad game. The game's never gonna be released. Oh my goodness, I've been waiting for this for a long time. Just stop that nonsense. Just stop it. Stop it. Alright. I'm going to calm down and just say, you guys calm down too. Because every time something like this goes on, there are many other potentially good dinosaur games, and I hope they don't go through the same crap that this game is going through. And that the developers are going through as well. And besides, am I the only one here feeling what the developers are doing? Because if I were making something like this, I'm going to make a dinosaur mod. No, I'm going to start making the project for the dinosaur mod for Skyrim. And I'm probably going to go through the same things, except I will be more updated with my fans than the developers with Stomping Land. So, I'm actually going to feel for the developers, but many of you should feel for the developers too. You guys need to let them work on their game. And not just be like, oh, it's already ready. Release it already so we can start playing the damn thing. Oh my goodness, I really hate when people do this. Just stop. Just stop. It's rather annoying. I made a video about this when the game was... I've made the video about this in March, and now the controversy continues in April, and now it could possibly continue in May. Can you just stop? Alright. I'm done blooming about that. Now to the number 1 disappointment. Number 1. And coming in at number 1 is a massive disappointment to fans everywhere who love the franchise. I'm talking about Monster Hunter Online, the Chinese exclusive. Now, I'm a rather huge Monster Hunter fan. I mean, it's such a good game. It has great mechanics. It's basically it's number 2 on my best games lists, but it's rather my second from best dream game of hunting huge monsters, having constant action going on, and even collecting and gathering materials in order to take those giant beasts down. Now, the rather huge problem is Monster Hunter Online looks really good. It looks beautiful. It's made with the CryEngine 3 rather, and the mechanics have been changed a lot, and even the moves for some of the weapons and stuff, and even the monsters themselves look beautiful. I mean, still same as last times, but there's new monsters, even a giant beaver-like creature. But here's the huge problem. I mean, Crytek. Starting with this, Crytek said that themselves that this game was going to be released outside of China and out into the West, where we currently live in the United States. But here's when the big problem sets in. The Chinese thought it was the developers, other developers, which are the Chinese. I really don't mean to be racist here. Please forgive me for saying stuff like this, but they're kind of being a little selfish. Capcom was the one who's making these games. Why can't they just release it outside of China? And Japan has Monster Hunter Frontier Online, and they don't release that game outside of Japan. Mainly it's because Monster Hunter is bigger in Japan than it is in the US, and which should still be fixed. But Monster Hunter Online is one of the online games that we've been hoping for. It's like, here's the thing. It's like, oh, finally, we're going to get a PC Monster Hunter game, and what do we get? No game for the US that has to do with Monster Hunter for PC at all. Because of this huge controversy, people have been making massive petitions for people to sign in order to get the game. And I signed one of those petitions, believe it or not. And it's just been a massive letdown on many of the Monster Hunter fans. And the Chinese said to the Crytek, I think this is what happened, I'm not entirely sure, said to them that the game itself is going to stay in China, whether everyone else around the world likes it or not. I don't know whether they said that or not, but it's just so ridiculous. I've been waiting for a game like this for a rather good-looking Monster Hunter game, and this one has huge potential, and it's a free-to-play. Come on. And it's a Monster Hunter with some of the same mechanics, and it looks better, it plays better, and more importantly, it looks better, and it looks like a good Monster Hunter game. Come on. When are the Chinese going to be sensible enough to release this game in the US and possibly Europe or Australia or anywhere else around the world? I don't know if I'm being the only one massively disappointed in the Chinese for this. I'm hugely disappointed. Because Monster Hunter Online has huge potential, and many have not heard about it since, and this controversy has been going on since 2013 with its open beta. But it's still in closed beta, in fact. But more importantly, it's a shameful display to share a game like this worldwide, and we don't get it. It's pretty much like the Chinese offering us something and we don't get it. I mean, I really don't mean to be racist here for Chinese viewers, but I'm sorry for saying stuff like this, but I kind of needed to, because it's important for Monster Hunter fans all over the world, and not just in China, but in Japan, Australia, Europe, Great Britain, the US, and even Canada, Canadian fans of the franchise. But this has been such a disappointment. That's why this was on the number 1 list. I mean, the Stomping Lands release was just a huge complaint. Monster Hunter Online's release exclusive only in China is something else. It's rather much bigger and more controversial. So, my video may be taken down for this, but the fans, and many Monster Hunter fans and dinosaur fans alike out there, needed to know this. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed my ranting a bit about some of the controversies that have been going on, mainly Stomping Land release and the Monster Hunter Online not being released in the US. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you later, ladies and reptiles.